Hello everyone and welcome to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the 19th race of our 2002 and 2003 season, as Ward Burton and Jeff Green are on the front row as we are green and underway from New Hampshire. Ward Burton will take the lead early here over the 30 of Jeff Green, Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, who's our most recent race winner from Chicagoland, and then Rusty Wallace right back there in the 5th position, your top 5 as they roll down the back straightaway here. Ward Burton pulling away to a gap now over Jeff Green as Ryan Newman puts some pressure on the outside of the 30 machine to fight for 2nd place. As we look throughout the field, everyone seems to be keeping it clean so early, so good, so far so good, as the 22 of Ward Burton will lead the opening lap of racing here at New Hampshire. Got Jeff Green trying to chase him down 2nd. Newman, who's also trying to get his 3rd win of the season, to get back-to-back wins if he can, to back up that great Chicagoland win where he took it late from Kurt Busch after the big one we saw that last episode. That changed everything there. So far, everyone's keeping it, minding their P's and Q's here in New Hampshire, just doing everything they need to do to stay clean and stay green, as Ward Burton leads, with Jeff Green is really closing in now. He's gained some time on Ward here for the race lead, but coming out of turn 4, Ward Burton will hold the lead after 2 laps of green flag racing here at New Hampshire. Now, cautions come out when you get back underway here on lap 47. Out of the race now is Kurt Busch. John Andretti and Stacy Compton, the 97 of Kurt Busch. He has a pretty good car. You know, he's running well. He's one of the top contenders to his championship, but is now out of the race with some kind of crash that he had an engine go on him. So that is unfortunate. Kurt Busch will be out, but Jeff Green has taken the lead now from Ward Burton, who must have fallen. He's all the way at the back of the pack, must have pitted. He's dropped all the way, lost all his track position. He's all the way at the back now, trying to make his way forwards. As now we have a super damaged lap car of Bobby Hamilton, as well as a 17 of Matt Kenseth. They're both slow lap cars, really starting to congest things up here, make it a little bit crazy at the front. You got Robbie Gordon, Dale Jarrett 3 wide. There's some contact, and around goes Robbie Gordon into the inside wall. Dale Jarrett turned him, and Robbie Gordon has been wrecked by Dale Jarrett here to bring out the caution at New Hampshire for the first time. See, Dale Jarrett spins Robbie Gordon right into the inside wall, and that is unfortunate for Robbie. He will be knocked out of the race after this one. Crash right into the inside wall. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, it is Jeff Green continuing to lead over Ryan Newman, who runs in 2nd, having a very strong rookie season, doing a whale of a job, being a contender for the championship for sure. Of course, 2 wins already this season, and is running well here in New Hampshire, closing in on Jeff Green, but Jeff Green holds him off at the caution flag. And now back underway here on lap 53 after that incident. Jeff Green and Ryan Newman, they continue to lead here. You got 3 lap cars now on the bottom. The 36 of Ken Schrader is damaged as well, and he'll be stacking up some guys as everyone tries to avoid the lap traffic and avoid causing any big accidents here. But we already saw one with Robbie Gordon get turned around there by Dale Jarrett. There's only 1 car spin, nothing crazy there. Jeff Green holds lead. Newman going 3 wide for the lead here between Kenseth and Jeff Green. Here comes Ryan Newman. He's making his charge to the front of the pack now. He tries to get underneath Jeff Green for the lead, gets physical, and Newman will take the lead from Jeff Green here. Oh, behind him, Dale Jarrett and Bobby Labonte are into it. They're about wrecked for the entire straightaway, and finally Labonte goes around. Sadler turns him up in the pack. There goes Mark Martin around. We get a whole pile up starting behind us. Big hits. Kenny Wallace is in it. Dave Blaney piles in. Bill Elliott is involved. Mark Martin, Ricky Craven, Jimmy Spencer also went around up there, but Bobby Labonte and Sadler going up the racetrack cleaned out a bunch of guys. Mark Martin, see Bill Elliott piles in there, got Kenny Wallace. Casey Elliott gets a piece of a big hit there for Dave Blaney. Steve Parker, Brett Bodine sent him in. That's a pretty hard collision, and the big one strikes here in New Hampshire. Unfortunate for Mark Martin, you see nowhere to go. Just piles into Elliott. Sadler coming back up the racetrack. Big incident as the track gets blocked. Bill Elliott's car destroyed. We know he's got a fast car. He's been so fast the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, that car is now destroyed out of the race. And we got to see what happened here to the 41 of Jimmy Spencer. This incident as well. Looks like he got clipped here by Jeff Gordon. Yeah, tried to avoid the wreck. He gets turned into the wall by Jeff Gordon. And Jeff Gordon spins Spencer around, gets himself involved. Gets Jeff Burton in the wall. And Robbie Gordon slams into the back of the 99. Big damage to Robbie. Ward Burton is also spun around back there, but it all starts with Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett, who are about wrecked for the entire straightaway. They were trying to wreck. They were trying, and then they finally did once Dale Jarrett moved off Labonte and Sadler finished the job, and then caused this big stack up accordion back here where everyone's just slamming into everybody and a whole bunch of cars damaged. So big accident here, the big one at New Hampshire, 55 laps in. Meanwhile, Ryan Newman, Jeff Green are still fighting for the lead, but here comes Todd Bodine's number 26. He sends Newman off into the corner, who clears the 30 machine of Jeff Green for the lead, and Harvick barely holds off Bobby Hamilton. Ricky Rudd nearly wrecked right there, coming back to the line, but it is Ryan Newman leading at New Hampshire as we're going to get back at it on lap 59, down to 36 cars in the race. You see the few guys who DNF'd after that last accident, like Dave Blaney, Bill Elliott, and Robbie Gordon. So Ryan Newman leads. Still have the slow lap cars on the bottom, still could possibly cause some problems, but Newman looking good early here in New Hampshire. Look at Kevin Harvick having a nice top 5 run. He's really starting to turn his season around these last couple of weeks. You know, he's been starting to have some good runs finally, starting to execute, get some good finishes, but he's still so far back in the points. He's pretty much going to be in a must-win situation to make the playoffs in soon, very soon. As now Harvick races Bobby Hamilton and Jeremy Mayfield 3 wide down the front. So there's some contact. And speaking of Harvick, around goes the 29 into the wall. Big damage to Harvick and Mayfield. They save it. We stay green, but big damage to the 29 of Kevin Harvick. We were just talking about how he's having such a good run. Now that car is destroyed. Jeremy Mayfield is heavily damaged. On the left side of his car, both cars are ruined, and man, that stinks for them. They were having some good runs. But Mayfield, on a playoff bubble driver, cannot afford to have a race like this, and he has had one now with that crash right there. And Kevin Harvick, just when you think everything's going good for him, it's not. But Ryan Newman leads here in New Hampshire. And now we move to Rusty Wallace, who is now taking the lead on lap 73 after a caution here and there. Harvick, of course, has gone a lap down because of that incident with Jeremy Mayfield earlier in the race. And Bobby Hamilton is as slow as ever, stacking up the inside lane. Michael Waltrip having a great run in second. Terry Labonte third. Rick Mast is running the top 5 right now. He's having one of his best runs of the season. But it's Rusty Wallace trying to pull away with the lead here and get close to that Stage 1 victory and get the playoff point and the stage win that comes with it. Of course, he's your regular season points leader, looking to continue to pad that lead and look for that regular season championship after Richmond in a couple of races. So this is the last lap of Stage 1 now for Rusty Wallace and that 2 machine. About to get the stage win, help out his cause to hold on to that regular season points lead even further. As we got to watch out for the lap car there. Got Kenny Wallace, 33, slow, coming out of the pit lane as we toss the yellow command. So going back to the line, Rusty Wallace looks like he's got this stage win in the bag here. As through 3 and 4 for the final time in Stage 1. It's going to be Rusty Wallace getting himself a stage win as Rusty Wallace wins Stage 1 at New Hampshire. Followed by Michael Waltrip, Terry Labonte, Rick Mast, Steve Park, Mike Skinner, Dale Jr., Ward Burton, Kyle Petty, and Bobby Labonte in the top 10. Oh, we got one upside down. Sterling Marlin's flipping down the front straightaway here in New Hampshire to bring out the caution. Oh, my goodness. We have just witnessed a massive crash here. The 40 of Sterling Marlin. There's a huge stack up. So Brett Bodine was spun around up ahead. Sterling Marlin gets sent in there by Tony Stewart. He gets flipped on his lid by Ricky Rudd, and there's a huge pile up down the front stretch. Elliott Sadler's involved. Jeff Gordon collected a little bit of damage. Jimmy Johnson squeezed against the wall back there. But how did this all start? It looks like Bobby Labonte was fighting 3 wide for a 10th. Gets turned into the wall by Brett Bodine and Sadler. All of them spin. He spins across the line to get stage points. That's pretty cool. But then Brett Bodine stacks up everybody, and at that point, Sterling Marlin gets launched up and over, and everyone's slamming into cars, and Sterling Marlin rolls over on his lid, upside down to bring out the caution. The stage caution already came off the end of the stage, but a huge pile up to end it as Rusty is your Stage 1 winner. And now Earnhardt, Dale Jr. is taking the lead here on lap 80. And Jeff Gordon is now out of the race. Oh my goodness. Him, Sterling Marlin, and Casey Atwood all from the accident will be out. Now Dale Jr. leading, trying to continue to turn his season around, try to get back up to playoff contention here. Rusty Wallace, almost 3 wide with him going for the lead. A big squeeze out of 2. Really some contact there between Rusty Wallace and Schrader, but Rusty forces his way 3 wide, and Rusty Wallace is going to drive his way underneath Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead. What a move by Rusty Wallace, but oh, watch out back there. I saw Rick Mast get sent way up the track by Bobby Hamilton. Racing with Jimmy Johnson and Steve Park. 3 wide, gets tight back here. A little bit of a squeeze, but everyone makes it by fine at this area of the field. As we look further back, you got Ryan Newman's back here trying to make his way back up to the front of the field. But it's Rusty Wallace leading Dale Jr. as Kevin Harvick is the fastest lap car in the business right now. He's been hanging tough with the leaders, but now he's stacking up Dale Jr. and is going to allow Rusty Wallace to pull away with this lead. Rusty Wallace doing such a good job. Of course, one of the fastest cars way back here, though. Ward Burton, Rick Mast, Ryan Newman. That could be a bad situation here. Coming out of 4, Dale Jarrett, Kyle Petty. Watch out. Newman's 3 wide with Ward Burton, Bobby Hamilton. They narrowly get by Bobby Hamilton and avoid causing another cataclysmic crash. And now Mike Skinner is 3 wide, racing Matt Kenseth and Bobby Labonte. Newman trying to get that position down the back straight back there. Kyle Petty, top line. They're racing hard. There's going to be some contact. And whoa, Kyle Petty's going to get sent way down the racetrack. Top line, around goes Kyle Petty. He's going to spin with top line. They're going to come up the track. And a hard collision into the wall. Hard. Bobby Hamilton, Ward Burton, Rick Mast, and Todd Bodine go crashing hard. Jerry Nadeau also gets a piece of Kyle Petty all the way from the bottom of the racetrack. Gets sent spinning all the way right up into Ward Burton, who gets slammed into the wall, gets slightly airborne, and a huge crash involving bubble drivers here at New Hampshire. Kyle Petty and Ward Burton, both near the playoff bubble, cannot afford a race like this, yet they have both crashed hard to bring out this caution flag. Their Todd Bodine junks the 45 and causes another massive crash here at New Hampshire. Everyone else is going to get back to the line just fine. So back at the front of the field, it is Rusty Wallace leading as he continues to do so. Now on to lap 87 over Terry Labonte and Jimmy Johnson, the top 3. I need to turn 1 here. Rusty Wallace, he's still winless this season, but he's been so... Oh, behind us there's a huge stack up. Some kind of incident may have happened here. The whole field stacking. Oh my goodness, Kyle Petty, maybe there's... And there must be an accident behind us that just occurred. Indeed, there was a car spun around. It looks like it was Jeff Burton and Bobby Labonte. What happened to the 18 machine? So it looks like coming down the front stretch, Ryan Newman just turns Bobby Labonte. As Labonte comes down the track, he turns him into the wall, and Labonte slides up the track, and nowhere to go. Jeff Burton spins into him, slamming the door, and Ward Burton slams Jeff Burton. Both Burton brothers involved in this hard crash, as Jeff was trying to avoid, so he spun, hit by Labonte, and then Ward Burton piles right into both of them. That'll definitely knock Ward out of the race. Not the way they wanted their race to be going. Meanwhile, I'm back at the front of the field. Everyone is clear. Oh, Harvick and Kenseth almost wrecked right there. Harvick saved it. What a save. Rusty Wallace leads now with Dale Jr. and Terry Labonte. As Rusty Wallace is out of the race on lap 120 all of a sudden. What the hell happened? I cannot believe Rusty Wallace is out, so now Terry Labonte leads this race. He's just taking the lead from Dale Earnhardt Jr. Tony Stewart's trying to make a charge in 3rd place, but the pack is scattered all over the place here. There's some crazy 3-wide situations. Terry holds the lead, 3 wide behind us. Kenseth, Skinner, Elliott Sadler. Looks like they get by that scenario just fine. They avoid crashing. Everyone back here, the damaged cars at the back seem to be doing just... Oh, we got a crash! Matt Kenseth and Kyle Petty go around. Just when we cut away from Matt Kenseth, he goes around. This time off the bumper of Kyle Petty, he just turns Matt Kenseth into the inside wall, and he comes right back up into Kyle Petty and slams Steve Park into the wall. And Bobby Labonte was sailing into that corner. Now there were 4 or 5 wide trying to avoid this incident up ahead. Oh, Lord, what could happen here? This could be dicey. But it looks like everyone's going to keep it clean going back to the line here, hopefully. As there's a big stack up now after that incident, since everyone was going on the apron to avoid crashing. Jeff Green, Bobby Labonte, top of 9. Once again, pushed it 3 wide. Kyle Petty just put Craven in the fence. They're both in the wall. Oh, Jimmy Johnson just doored Jeremy Mayfield, but they save it. Whoa, that was close. But it is Terry Labonte now leading here at New Hampshire. Now Ryan Newman has gotten back into the lead here on lap 148. As we still have 33 laps to go in stage 2. Ryan Newman continues to lead here in New Hampshire. Ricky Rudd is now up to 2nd place. Tony Stewart runs in 3rd. Mike Skinner, season best run of 4th place. And then you got Jerry Nadeau running back in 5th position and running in a great top 5 spot. As everyone keeps it clean for now, but this has been an absolutely chaotic race so far here in New Hampshire. You got no idea what to expect. And now they're 3 wide again behind us, so we always got to look out for this. Ricky Rudd, Matt Kenseth, Bobby Hamilton push it. Bobby Hamilton just got shoved way out of the line, but Mike Skinner, Jerry Nadeau get into Bobby Hamilton. They spin. Oh, they're into each other. Hamilton and Nadeau, big contact. They're almost wrecking, and then they finally do wreck. Nadeau gets sent around into the wall. He goes. Johnson gets a piece of it. And a big stack up behind us. Jeff Burton be damaged. Oh, Michael Waltrip just arc brake Dale Jr. Jeff Burton gets damaged. Johnny Benson, Jeff Green, a big stack up. It's once again, just like Bobby Labonte earlier in the race, Jerry Nadeau and Bobby Hamilton were about wrecked for half the straightaway. Then they finally wrecked past the start finish line. Then Bobby Hamilton clipped Nadeau back around into Jimmy Johnson. Then watch Michael Waltrip arc brake at the back. Boom. And Terry Labonte also slammed into Jeff Burton pretty hard. So those are 2 of the top contenders. Heavy, heavy damage. And now Elliott Sadler, Johnny Benson, Jeremy Mayfield, Bobby Hamilton Jr. They're nearly 3 wide, 4 wide. They squeeze there into each other. There goes Jr. around. He's spinning. Johnny Benson in around as well as Bobby Hamilton. A big crash once again here in New Hampshire. This is on the same lap as the earlier incident that caused all this craziness coming out of turn 2. And then Jr. gets clipped off of Bobby Hamilton, who then spins into Johnny Benson. All 3 cars go spinning. And that's not what Earnhardt Jr. needed in his push to make the playoffs. A big crash right there. Takes out many contenders. 2 separate incidents here as this race keeps getting crazier in New Hampshire for Ryan Newman, the race leader. Now Elliott Sadler has taken the lead as Mike Skinner is now out of the race with Michael Waltrip and Brett Bodine. To lap 161, Sadler leads over Dale Jarrett. Tony Stewart's back in 3rd. Johnny Benson 4th. Jeff Green runs 5th. This race has been wild. At this point, you just got to expect the unexpected here late in the race here. What's going to happen? We're almost finally getting close to finishing out stage 2 here. Oh, and there goes Ryan Newman around into the wall. He gets turned by Bobby Labonte. And that brings out the caution once again. Oh, Jimmy Spencer just got fenced right there, but he hangs on to it. Racers Elliott Sadler. Now Ricky Rudd will take the last lap of stage 2 in the lead here in New Hampshire, looking to bring home the playoff point in the stage win to add another playoff point to his total. Of course, Ricky Rudd had 3 consecutive wins earlier in the season, was on fire and had that great speed. Hasn't really been the same since. He's kind of struggled, but he's still been getting some solid finishes. He's still one of the top championship threats. You know, he's going to get a stage win here. That'll help him when it comes playoff time. As through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2, it is going to be Ricky Rudd earning himself a stage win as Ricky Rudd wins stage 2 at New Hampshire. Your runner-up in the stage will be Elliott Sadler, then Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Nadeau, Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Johnny Benson, and Jeff Green. It rounds out your top 10. So Ricky Rudd stage 2. We're now moving on to 2 to go. Come and take the white flag. Dale Jarrett has now taken the lead and is looking to finally execute and get the win that he has been so close to so many times this season. With how much speed he has, he might finally execute today in New Hampshire. White flag, final lap presented by Colonel One Bank for Dale Jarrett at New Hampshire. Could he be our 12th different winner this season here if he can pull this off here in New Hampshire as the playoff cut line starts to get real tight? And this would be huge for Dale Jarrett. Finally gonna break through and get that win. As we know, he's been so fast this season, but something has always gone wrong for him late in the races that has cost him the win, and he's come so close so many times, but that's gonna change today. As out of turn 4, Dale Jarrett is going to win a wild one in New Hampshire. He finally gets the win. He is now into the playoffs safely with his first win of the season, and Ryan Newman going to come home to take a runner-up finish. A very good run after the win last episode. 2nd place for Ryan Newman. 3rd place is going to be the 30 of Jeff Green. A very solid finish for him as he starts to get some good finishes. 4th place, Ricky Rudd running out the top 5. Dale Jr. 6th is going to be Jimmy Johnson in the 48. 7th will be Tony Stewart. Elliott Sadler comes home 8th. Then is Jeremy Mayfield and Jerry Nadeau running out your top 10 as Dale Jarrett, first win of the 2002 season here at New Hampshire, joins his Yates teammate of Ricky Rudd in the playoffs. You see the race results on the left side of your screen. All the DNS from all the absolute chaos that just erupted in what was an insane, wild, chaotic race here in New Hampshire. The sheer amount of cautions is next level. We'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. Now we looked at the playoff grid, of course, with the win. Dale Jarrett slots in 6th, the top driver with 1 win on the season on the playoff grid. And now that moves the cut line up 1 spot. So now Ward Burton falls out, but Rusty Wallace still your regular season points leader up by 165. Unless there's a bunch of new winners, I think he's safe. Elliott Sadler, 45 points above the cut line now, really doing great things for himself here. 14th in the points. Jeff Gordon down to 15th on the playoff grid, only 32 to the good. He's got to start sweating. Then Terry Labonte is just above Ward Burton at the playoff cut line, and just behind Ward Burton is Dale Jr., Kyle Petty, Jeremy Mayfield, and Casey Atwood. So until next time, I hope you all have a good one.